bit of law of attractions. Okay. For those can you appreciate the time and efforts and without the jams and okay. First, I would like to introduce our head of region office, Mr. Geoffrey. Okay. You will start a short speech before we go to the real corporate meeting. Alright? Give me what time.
Thank you very much, John Travolta. Today you really dress like one. Our MC, Patrick, and also our student ambassador. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, students, distinguished guest speaker. Right? Thank you for your precious time all the way here to attend this magnificent, wonderful event. How did I get to know about this speaker, Mr. Karthigesu, is through a training of his. That's the Law of Attraction. And we actually believe it's very inspiring. And in fact, in my life, I've attended so many trainings, so many seminars. His is the most powerful, most inspiring, and I can tell you this, he is the best trainer, not for the year, but of the millennium. I'm very sure, we are very sure, you will enjoy and benefit from this. And this is all complimentary for you from WOU and Global Dynamics. So, let us not wait further. Let us give a big applause to Mr. Karthigesu.
Good afternoon. That doesn't sound so good, right? Good afternoon. Okay, first thing I want all of you to do is to come forward. Don't lay empty seats in between. Will you do that? Will you come forward? I always found out that people who make money are going to sit in front. So don't sit at the back and make money. Come forward, please. Unless you're already preparing to leave before I start. Come forward. So that they don't open the back door so those who are coming late. There are a lot of seats in front. I would ask questions now. Now, before I start, can I just ask all of you, do all of you have a copy of these notes? Okay, this is a simple set of notes that I'm going to go through for the next 1.5 hours. You've got to fill in blanks as I go along with it. Right? So whatever slides I'm going to show, it will correlate to whatever you have over there. Now, can I ask you, how many of you here really would love to have more money in your life? Yeah, so someone didn't put up their hand. Do you understand English? Do I speak in Malay? Because I think, how many of you really would love to attract a lot of abundance, have happiness in your life? Okay, I need participation. Okay, I can speak for 2 hours, I can speak for 6 hours. So if you put up your hands, I'll speak for 2 hours. If you don't put up your hands, I'll speak for 6 hours. Yeah? So I need participation, right? So that we have an interactive session today. They say it's not going to be, I know many of you are students at this university and probably you have attended a lot of lectures where you sit and listen. But today it's not going to be sitting and listening, it's going to be participating, right? So that's the best way for you to learn and the best way for you to go out of this training today and say, okay, I got something out of this. Now I don't know why you came. Sometimes I ask people, I say, why do you come to my talk? They say, well, you said it's law of attraction. I wanted to attract this girl. I wanted to attract this person or so and so. Now you can do that too. Okay, I'll tell you that, right? But I think people look for 2 things in life. One is money, the other one is time. Would you agree with me? Yeah, time to do a lot of things in their life, and of course they want money, right? These are the 2 things they want. So my talk today will teach you a little bit about understanding how you can attract a lot of these things in your life. Now, like I asked just now, how many of you want to be rich? I personally have always wanted to be rich. I think money can solve a lot of problems. Money cannot buy you happiness, but money can buy you a lot of things that make you happy. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. So I've always wanted to be rich, and I found out only 3 ways to become rich. Number 1, you must be born rich. Now why I'm telling you this is because I want you to know why law of attraction is so powerful. Today, I'm 50 years old, by the way. I've retired. I've not worked for anybody for the last 10 over years. I run my own company. I live in a very prestigious place. I enjoy my life. But my life was not like that. I was born in an estate. My parents were rubber tappers. I come from a family of 12 brothers and sisters. I'm the ninth in the family. We had a football team when we were young. There were 12 of us. I used to do all kind of odd job. I used to be a waiter, I used to be a bricklayer. We had a farm in our house. I used to go and sell mangoes. All my teachers in my school, my primary school, if they want to buy mangoes, tomato, whatever, they say, forget that case. Because they know I can actually get all this because I used to sell all this to have money. So I was not born rich. Trust me. In fact, when I used to go to school those days, days where they have scheme bantuan makanan, scheme bantuan buku, scheme whatever. Anything called scheme, my name was automatically there. I don't need to apply. Because my parents were so poor. So I was not born rich. Okay? Now, I found out that 3 ways to become rich, right? First, be born, not born. Number 2, I found out that you can be rich if you marry somebody rich. So I met my wife in the university. I used to walk to campus and she used to drive a Honda Patrol. So, this is a rich girl, man. Got married and found out everything wrong with her father. Now, how many of you are not married here? And you still a fool. Okay? You can still marry somebody rich and become rich, but not be happy but maybe rich, right? And the third way to become rich is actually, I was told, get a good education, get a good job and work hard. And they say you become fruity stinking rich. Have you heard of that? Have you heard of that? They say you become fruity stinking rich. I have an accounting degree from UM, and I have an MBA from UK, and I worked at the bank as an auditor, and I worked very, very hard. And I tell you, I'm really okay about this thing of fruity stinking rich. I worked so hard and I was fruity and stinking for so long. Waited for the rich to come. Because they say fruity stinking rich. But I was only fruity and stinking, And that's when I heard about law of attraction. That's when I started to discover the law of attraction. And that's when I decided when I want to leave my job, when I wanted to set my boss, when I wanted to have this car, when I wanted to have this house, and so on and so forth. So if you are looking at something that you want to attract, maybe we have a little bit of interaction. If you came here, I do not know why you came here, okay? It could be, like I said, we wanted to attract somebody, or you wanted to find out how to attract somebody. But what would be the one thing that really you want to have in your life that you don't have, and you hope that I can show you or teach you how to get that? Just shout out. Come. Yes?
Change my life.
Change your life. Are you married? No, are you married?
No, change my life.
Okay, are you married? Are you married?
No, it doesn't matter that.
Oh, no, the reason I ask because sometimes you need to change your wife.
No.
Because that's why I ask you. Because before you get married, there's a love story. Once you get married, it's a true story. So many people come to my class and say, oh, Mr. Karthi, can you tell me how to become happy? I said, are you married? So the problem starts there, you see? Yeah, very good. So change your life, right? It could be any angles. It doesn't matter where you come from. I like that. It doesn't matter where you come from. Because the talk today is going to be very individual, very personal to you yourself. And you can go back from this course and then talk today and then decide how your life will change individually, right? Okay, what else? Anybody else? Just shout out. What is the one thing you want to do? Money, freedom, life freedom. Very good. Okay, but do you know how much money you need in order to become free? Very important, huh? People say money, freedom, but how much is a question now, yeah? What else? Anybody else? Is there anything else you want to attract? Or you just so curious to come for the talk? Is there anybody here with the goal, yeah? $1 million rupiah? See what I mean? Specific. $1 million ringgit, $1 million US dollars, $1 million, okay. Anybody else? Is there something you want to attract? I'll tell you the steps today how to do it. And I'll tell you how powerful it is, yes. Okay, maybe you want to be a manager, be promoted. Are you working? Okay, you need to sign your boss, but I'll talk to you about it later. Okay, what else? Anybody else? Sorry? Early retirement. Okay, so you have the time frame when you want to retire, how much money you need to retire. Okay, sure. Law of attraction is about how to program yourself to get whatever you want. So I'll talk to you about it shortly. And I know I talk from experience because I am retired. I've not worked for the last 10 years. I've done these talks many places, and I can tell you for a fact that you can have whatever you want. You just got to do certain things in life. Okay? If you buy a car, you know, let's say a good make, Mercedes car, you buy, you cannot say, I don't believe the car will start. You know what I mean? I don't think the car is good. You know certain things are done. And similarly in life, law of attraction always works, okay? Anybody else? Say something else you want, you're not telling. Sorry? Yeah, healthy. Anybody else? Okay. Well, as you go along with our talk today, you might want to tell yourself what is it that you really want, yeah? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let me talk to you a little bit about preliminaries that you need to know about law of attraction. The first one is this. You need to know that law of attraction actually started years ago. Okay? In fact, in 1908, the first book on law of attraction was written. But of course, nobody talked about it. In fact, those days when you go to tell someone, believe in law of attraction, whatever you want in life you can get, people will normally put them in a stake and burn them. Because they believe that only religion can bring whatever you want. And positive mind possibly won't bring it in. So, law of attraction started many years ago, but about 10 years ago, there was a book that was written, it's called The Secret. How many of you have read the book, The Secret? Some of you have. If you have not read, go and look out for the book, The Secret, or look out for a DVD on The Secret, and you'll hear all about law of attraction. So law of attraction became very famous in the last 10 years or so because of this one book. It's called The Secret. Okay? Because The Secret was law of attraction. And in the book, they explain about how you can attract whatever you want. So, law of attraction actually has been around for many years. Now, later on, I'll talk a little bit about religion. And any religion you come from, or you believe or don't believe, doesn't matter. But religion actually talks about law of attraction, which is whatever you ask, you can get. It's just that sometimes you don't know what to ask, you don't know how to ask. Right? So, the first thing is, law of attraction has been around for ages. For your information. Number two, it's a law. Okay, law of attraction is a law. Okay? I don't know if you understand that. Law means you cannot argue about it, you cannot deny it, you cannot say I don't believe in it because it's a law. Have you heard of law of gravity? What does the law of gravity say? Whatever goes up must come down, right? We're on the third floor today, right? Okay, let's say if I let go this, that's the what happens. This is called law of gravity. You cannot stand in the air, correct? If you come to me and say, no, Karthi, I don't believe in law of gravity, this is the third floor, I'm going to walk around and see whether I fall down. You are being crazy. You cannot fight a law. Does it make sense? Yes. So you cannot say, oh, I don't believe in law of gravity, and I'm telling you today, law of attraction is also a law. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, it works. The problem is, it works good and bad. If you're married to somebody you don't like, that is a law because you attracted the person. I'll tell you later, I'll prove to you, you attracted the person you're married to today. And I'll prove to you why you're miserable in your life. I'll prove it to you. Because law of attraction always works. Unfortunately, we tend to think more of negative things than positive things in our life. How many of you get up in the morning and say, oh my God, what a beautiful day. No, you get up in the morning, oh my God, I must get up. 2 more minutes, got 2 more minutes, my body needs 2 more minutes. Or you say, oh my God, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Who was going to sleep that side of the bed? So, our life is miserable because of the way we created it to be. So law of attraction always works. It's a law. Okay? It's a law. It has worked with me so many times. You want to hear one interesting thing about how law of attraction worked with me? I was in Kota Kinabalu. No, I was in Kuching. I was flying to Kota Kinabalu. Late flight, 10 o'clock flight. So I was very tired after a one-day program. And I was going to the airport and I said, how I wish I had the plane to myself. And I've got the 7 air stewardess or stewards who take care of me. I don't have anybody sitting next to me. What a joy it's going to be. Okay? That was the only thought I had. I got in, checked in, went in, got my ticket, and they said, sir, please sit wherever you want. You're the only person on this flight. Honest truth. I even had the manifesto of that particular flight with only my name is there. It's a Fokker flight with about 67 people. I was the only person on the flight. I should wish for more things like that. So what I'm trying to say is, law of attraction always works. Okay? The question is, there are certain things we could have done in our life. For example, if sometimes why it doesn't work, because when you came here just now, the way you drove your car, you could have upset a lot of people, correct? And people have said, and those energies will not allow law of attraction to work for you. And I'll tell you how to cleanse it later. Okay, I'll tell you what to do about it. So because we do a lot of things unknowingly that upsets people, and that negative energy will affect a lot of attraction. So if you're wondering why it doesn't work for me, there is a reason for it. Okay? And I will explain to you. Now, you can take my business card before you leave today, and you can actually write to me and I will see whether I can help you out if you need some personal help. But what is important is for you to understand it works. If I like I said, I was born in an estate, I lived in a very in a level of poverty. You know, and today I am what I am, and I tell you, you can have that too. Last one. Law of attraction is all about fine-tuning your communication with God. Now, I don't know how many of you believe in God. Okay, now if you don't believe in God, please find one quickly. Now, I think more importantly, even if you don't find one. Now, if you universe that helps us to achieve things in life. Do you understand what I'm saying? You never thought about how come your heart is beating every day, right? Every second, right? But it's beating. There's something that you do not realize. So the universe is that. But what you need to do is, law of attraction is all about fine-tuning your communication with God. That's what it's all about. I'll give you an example, okay? Is there anybody here, your goal in life is to have more money? Not serious. Your goal in life is to have more money. Okay, you've got quite a lot of people. Don't want money, yeah? So this gentleman said he wants more money. Your name, sir? Michael said his goal in life is to have more money. Okay? Okay, now, Michael's goal in life is to have more money. I mean, I don't want to give the big no now. Now, I have $1 here and I'm going to give it to Michael. Okay, now, has Michael more money now?
Yes.
Do you know his goal has been fulfilled? Are you following what I'm saying here? See, Michael did not say how much he wants. I said, how many of you here would like to have more money? And Michael would have the hand. I gave him $1. Now he's got $1 more than what he came into the room just now. Which means God says, fulfill it. You can go back now. Because his goal has been fulfilled, he's got more money now. So many of you don't realize when you go around telling, I want more money, I want more of this, you are not specifying what you want. Some of you say, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire. Before you drop dead. So it's about how you communicate for it to come to you quickly before you die, so to speak. You understand that? So it is important for you to understand law of attraction is about the fine-tuning of your communication. Does it make sense? So today, what I want to tell you is, number one, you need to know that law of attraction is nothing new. Maybe you have not heard about it, but it's been around for a long, long time. Number two, it's a law. You cannot argue with me on it because I'll prove it to you, you are wrong and I'm right because it works, it's law of gravity. And it's basically about communicating. So I know most of you believe in God. I know most of you here do some kind of communication with the superior force or the whatever. But you're not getting what you want. It's just like tuning your radio. You know radio? You're tuned for a specific, hits .fm, whatever. You tune, and suddenly the music will come, right? So your communication must be aligned in order for you to achieve what you want. And when you can do that, oh my goodness, whatever you touch us will turn into gold. That's what you're looking for, correct? Now there are two ways to do this. One, you fine-tune yourself. Number two, you must also cleanse yourself. Cleanse yourself means with all the sinful things you do. Okay? Don't have to go into specifics like. But even driving in Malaysian road, some of you are very sinful, the way you don't put signal light, you get this all that. Okay? Now I'll give you a good example. Have you ever seen people who park the car but never park in the proper box? You see? Okay, do all of that, right? And when you walk past the car, what do you say? Correct? 1,000 people say that one day, how can you say, God, I want a billion ringgit to say 1,000 people first to it? Are you following that? Be very careful. I've got a good friend of mine here, he's a trainer, she's sitting in Canada. And I remember we were talking one day and we saw somebody who parked a car in a disabled parking lot. You know, disabled parking lot. Okay, this is law of attraction, I'm telling you today. So those of you who do that, remember what I'm saying today. Parked at the disabled, but not disabled. So we were talking, I said, more you look at this, and she said, no, it's okay, Karthi, they are preparing to be disabled. You understand or not? You park the car, it's only for disabled, you tell God, peace, Lord. You know, I want to be disabled. Have you thought about it? Be very careful how you go on in life. So, you are born for excellence in life. Okay? Nothing should tell you that you are born with this parents or this family, this life, and therefore this is how your life will be. Nothing. I can tell you, a year from today, you will have the million the lady wanted just now. But you must know what to do. And my job today is to enlighten you. I cannot change your life. I mean, you've been living for I don't know how many years and I don't know how old you guys are. In 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I can't change your life. But I can give you the inspiration to know it is possible. Then you've got to do your next step for you to actually get this done. Okay? Let's move on. My question to you, what is the greatest discovery of mankind? Human, you know? Men have discovered a lot of things. Do you agree with me? Yes? What do you think is the greatest discovery of mankind? Come. I told you, remember interactive. Sorry? Okay, you said man discovered themselves. From being a monkey, they became a understood what do you think man's biggest, greatest discovery? Come, shut up. Phones, okay. Come on. Come, let's participate.
Law of this
Internet okay, someone? Clothes? Very shy lah. Michael.
In terms of breathing.
Breathing? Okay. What else? Anything else? Reasoning, sorry?
The solar system.
Solar system, okay. Recently I met someone, I did a program, I said, what is the greatest discovery of mankind? And the person said, Tony Fernandez. I said, why? Because everybody can fly. And I had one class, I was talking like this, and the guy said, Mr. Karthi, I tell you what's the greatest discovery of mankind. He said, my wife. I said, you just got married, right? No one can. You know, when you get married like that, you know, they walk so close, even mosquitoes will not go to you. You know, one day later they walk down, the guy will tell the wife, hot luck. You know, and even is looking at it. I'm telling you, there's a true story. One guy was walking with his wife, just got married, was walking with his wife in Chowkay. Taxi nearly come and hit them, you know. Oh, he's very upset and nearly hit his new wife. So look at the taxi driver and say, Butagalu. Can't you see us crossing the road? Butagalu, very upset. 1 year later they were walking, taxi nearly came and hit them. This time look at the wife and say, Butagalu. So, let me tell you, my friends, the greatest discovery of mankind is that if you change your thinking, you can change your future. Please write it down. It's part of their notes already now. Yeah? Going into your notes. Fill up the lines. Yeah? The greatest discovery of a lifetime is that you can change your thinking, you can change your future. You need to know, it's all within you to change your future. Honestly, many of you might not know. By the time you leave today, if you have changed your thinking of the way life is going to be, things will start happening in your life. And I'll prove it to you later how your life has been created and how this thought processes have been imprinted within you. One good example, okay, change your life, change your thinking and change your future. How many of you here, if you drink coffee, you cannot sleep? If you drink coffee, you cannot sleep. Put up your hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. How many of you here, you can drink coffee and still go to sleep peacefully? More people put up their hand, right? Now, how come that you drink coffee you cannot sleep? You know why? It's because you programmed yourself. The coffee has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Nothing. Even the people who say I cannot sleep, they change their thinking. Remember the greatest discovery of mankind? They go back and take coffee and say, you know what? I will sleep. I can sleep. I will be able to sleep. You do that for the next 21 days, I guarantee you, while you're drinking the coffee, you'll start walking. I guarantee you. I'm not saying try it, I'm saying I guarantee you. You know why I know? Today when you go to sleep, you just tell your brain, you say, you know what? Look at the watch and say, okay, it's 11 o'clock, you say, okay, I want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. I guarantee you sharp 3 you wake up. Guarantee, unless you're intoxicated. You know why I know? How many of you wanted to go to the airport and you need to wake up in the morning to go to the airport? So you put 3 alarm clocks, but yet you can wake up before the alarm rings. There you go. So many of you. You see? Come on now. Why do you program yourself only to wake up for alarm clock? Why can't you program yourself to become successful in life? When you change your thinking, you will change your future. I'll give you another example. Many years ago, I read a book. I don't know how many of you have read this book called, I think it's the Millionaire's Mindset by T. Harv Eker. I'm sure some of you have read the book. And in the book, he says that whenever you give money, whenever you take out money and give, you say, as I let you go, come back to me 1 million times more. You remember that? Normally, when you let go money, you know, when you go, these are all affirmations, right? Whenever you give money for anything, you pay for anything, you just say, as I let you go, come back to me 1 million times more. And within the next 1 month, you'll see money coming to you from different sources. You'll be amazed. Because it's the way you think. You know how most of you think now? Why you always not enough money, man? Before money comes, the hour comes already. Yes, sir? It's an affirmation. Whatever you say, you know, like for example, you say, my life sucks. That's an affirmation. You understand or not? You get up in the morning and say, it's going to be horrible. That's an affirmation. You go to work and say, my boss is horrible. That's an affirmation.
If the boss shouting, also affirmation.
Because you accepted it. Okay? I can give you an affirmation where you say, I have a wonderful time at my office. People just love me. You say this, do it for 21 days, write your car properly. Nobody gets you park properly. You'll find your boss will like you. But things will happen. I I'll give you an example. I did a program for CNB. My good friend Jeffrey introduced me from CNB. And I met a lady there, branch manager, and she said, "Wow, my boss sucks. I don't like my boss." So my affirmation is, I have a wonderful boss. I have a wonderful boss. I have a wonderful boss. So she asked me, "Do you think my boss will change?" And I think. You understand? I mean, everybody's got such doubts, isn't it? I mean, just because I say that, how can my boss change? Now, but listen, you didn't say, "I want my boss to change." You said, "I want to have a wonderful relationship or working environment with my boss," correct? Okay, you know what will happen? 3 things will happen, and that's what happened. 3 things can happen. Number 1, the boss will be transferred, a new boss will come in. Number 1, the universe will always do what you want, it will always come to you, okay? It will always come to you. Number 2, okay? You will be moved to another department with a different boss. Okay? Or you leave the organization and work with someone who's related to you. But it will always work. It's a law. Does it make sense? So if you ask me, like, you say, you know your wife well, you say, "Oh, you know my wife, wonderful person, they get nightmares. They say wonderful person." But obviously, I'm not saying that suddenly you marry somebody else, okay? But the universe will create the environment for changes to take place, and that much I know for a fact. Okay? So coming back to this, so remember this affirmation, when I let you go, money, but you must remember, you must say it silently, like, don't go to the right mama. The mama shop at the back. The guy said, don't do something again, and you take out the money and say, Kundu, as I let you go, come back to me one time, slap you, or you don't go to the door, I want to take out money, as I let you go, come back to me. And also you must say, as I let you go, come back to me. Understand or not? I had a friend, I met her many years after I taught her as a principal. She said, "Karthi, I don't understand. I always say this, but everybody around me rich, I'm not rich." So I said, "Tell me the affirmation." She said, I say, "As I let you go, come back 1,000,000 times more." See, she didn't say come back to me. She said come back. So it came to all the relatives. Never come back. So first thing I need you to understand is that if you change your thinking, you change your future. Okay? Let's go to a quote by this guy, Maurice Goodman. It says, "Man becomes what he thinks about." What do you think about on a daily basis is important. I already mentioned to you just now. If you think your life sucks, that's how it's going to be. If you think you're broke, you're going to be broke. If you think whatever you think will come true. Man becomes what he thinks about. Question is, what are you thinking about? Now, if you can Google this Maurice Goodman, the Miracle Man, you'll get a video in the internet, YouTube. Okay, it's called a Miracle Man. The video's name is Miracle Man. This man, I won't have time to show the video today. This man actually had an accident, an airplane crash. Okay, between small plane crash, and he was paralyzed. The only thing in the whole body paralyzed, but his brain was working. Okay, you can wink and all that. The doctor said you will be paralyzed for the rest of your life, and he told himself, "I will walk out by Christmas. I will walk out by Christmas." Man becomes what he thinks about. And before Christmas, he actually walked out of the hospital. True story, watch the video and understand about how powerful the brain is. But you must be very focused and you must know what you're saying. It doesn't matter what people think, it's about what you think. So you can walk out of the room today and say, "You know what, I'm 25, at the age of 26, I'm this, by the age of 30, I'm that." It will come through. But it must be in the good of everyone. Like for example, you're not married, you cannot say, "Oh, I want Brad Pitt." It won't work. Brad Pitt is only Angelina Jolie. So the universe won't work in a way to break up their marriage. So if you want to have someone, I want to marry somebody who looks like Brad Pitt, maybe. But you cannot have Brad Pitt. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Because you cannot work against it, You cannot do that. Yeah? So you need to know that. Right, let's move on. Okay, now this is what law of attraction is all about, yeah? I attract into my life whatever I give attention, energy, and focus. Please fill in the blanks in your notes, yeah? I attract into my life whatever I give attention, energy, and focus to, whether it's positive or negative. So it doesn't matter whether it's negative or positive, but whatever you give attention, energy, and focus will come into your life. I keep telling you from just now, what do you say on a daily basis, by affirmations, and this is what you say on a daily basis, right? Whatever you give attention, energy, and focus. So if you look at your boss and you give attention to all the bad things, that's what will come back to you again and again and again. If you look at your boss and look at the good things, that's what will come back to you again and again and again. But let me explain to you a little more in detail. Yeah? Now I'm going to give you some examples, okay, of real life how law of attraction works. Remember, whatever I give attention, energy, and focus will become part of me, right? Okay, let's look at the first one. Yeah? Thinking of somebody. Have you ever come across a situation where you think of somebody and the phone rings? You say, I just thought of you, you know. Yes, that is actually law of attraction. Okay, that is law of attraction. Now the thing is this, unfortunately we sometimes think of people in a negative way and they also call. Are you calling already? You are something about you. Are you following that? When you are in love, again and again, I just thought of you. Look at our communication, wow, look at our connection. Because both parties in love, vibration is very strong. Similarly, when you don't like your vibration, very strong. That's why when you think of someone you don't like, some people go to work and say, I hope my wife doesn't know. Who asked you to say, I don't know? Because you're thinking about her, so vibration is high. So whatever you give attention, energy, and focus, you attract. But you didn't know this. So what I'm saying is, when you walk out at today's talk, you need to re-look at the way you think regularly. Does it make sense? It takes a bit of practice, huh? But you have to think deliberately the way you want your life to be. We call it, you become the story that you tell. So the question is, what story do you tell? You know? I'll talk to you a little bit more about that after. Yes?
Just now you said he wishes that if his wife doesn't call, how come the universe didn't listen to him?
Who?
The
see,
universe.
what he should have said is, because you see, when you give attention, energy, focus, it comes.
Okay,
Understand?
but he instructed the universe that the wife should not call him.
No, he didn't instruct the wife not to call you. He said that,
Yeah.
but he's thinking about the wife, right? The wife, the vibration attract the wife.
But the vibration says go away.
No. Let me explain to you, yeah? All of you close your eyes for a while. All of you close your eyes for a while. All of you close your eyes. Don't think of a white elephant wearing red boots. Don't think of a white elephant wearing red boots. Open your eyes. What did you all see? There you go.
I saw McDonald's.
So the moment you say something, you're thinking of the person. So that's what you're trying. Yeah? Let's move on. Buying a new car. Have you ever thought of buying a new car? Let's for example, you saw this brand new car and you said, wow, I will look so good in this particular car. Really nice, man. I look, you know, this color. And then all of a sudden, you see the car everywhere you go. You understand? You go to the house, your neighbors have got the same car. You go to park, you go to the shopping center, people park the same car. You see, hey, suddenly I see the same car everywhere. And you see, oh, this is a signal. It's not a signal. Just that you thought about it, it comes up in your life more often. So it's always the case. It's always the case. Because whatever you give attention and focus comes to you. So you've got to know what are you giving attention and focus to say. Next one, people you don't like. This is where I talk about people you don't like. Okay? People you don't like is like, who's not married here? Okay. Have your people around you been telling when you will get married, whenever you get uncle, you much you don't like, okay. So what's your name? Rini. So like Rini doesn't like his uncle or auntie, always say, so Rini will say, so she goes for a wedding. And she'll say, oh, I hope I don't see his uncle. I hope I don't see his auntie. I really don't see her. And then she walks in and the uncle and they, hello! Because when you think about that, you attract. How many of you have gone for dinners, company dinners? You gone for and you go to company dinner and you tell, I hope I don't sit with my boss. Cannot eat properly also. Really, when the boss sit with me, I no appetite with them. Really, boss don't sit with me. Suddenly you walk in, the boss says, hey, come. Must not think about it. Yesterday you're laughing, your boss is like, yesterday you're laughing loudly, okay? Definitely you heard that, huh? People you don't like. See, unfortunately, we only think about people we like when we're in love. Does it make sense? But when you're out of love, most of the time we think about people we don't like, unfortunately. And that's why we tend to attract them more often than not. Yeah? Next one. Idiots on the road. Okay. There was this lady, it's a true story, a lady one day got a 3-year-old daughter and got into the car. And then the daughter got into the car and then they started driving. And suddenly the 3-year-old daughter said, Mommy, how come there are no idiots on the road? So the mother said, why do you do such thing? No, Mommy, whenever Daddy drives, there are so many idiots. Daddy would say, look at that idiot, look at that idiot, look at that idiot. But But mommy, when you drive, there are no idiots on the road. You know why? Because the daddy looks for idiots. The mommy doesn't look for idiots. Are you following? Which means if you drive out and you say, I'm going to have a peaceful journey, I'm going to have a wonderful journey, I will reach safely, you'll reach safely. But you go out there and you start thinking, don't know which idiot is going to cut. You see that idiot now, won't put signal come in front of me. Ah, guys, then you're driving, I say, I'm sure somebody will cut. Ah, yeah, thank you. You attract a lot of things in your life. Which one? Possible, possible. But the thing, things appear in your life because of what you're thinking about more often than not. Sure. Okay? Next one. Seeing a doctor. Do all of you have a favorite doctor? Yes. Yeah, normal doctor. Do you know that illness is all in the mind, many occasions, Even if I can work with you, sit down with you, and tell you even things like cancer and all, a lot of what to do with the mind, But let's not go into the deeper subject. Just simple fever and all that. Sometimes you go to a doctor, you have a favorite doctor, right? You have a fever, high fever, and now you go to a doctor. And suddenly your doctor not there. You have some other doctor who never checked properly, never saved properly, and gave you some medicine which is a different color from the normal medicine. So you know what you do? You walk out of the clinic and say, my normal doctor, I think cannot get well. This doctor don't know where the doctor will start to so won't get well. You know what? 3 days at least he won't get well. And then 3 days later you go back to the doctor, and then now your doctor is there. My doctor is there, fantastic. Doctor, the day I came the day, the doctor says, don't worry, I'm back already. Don't worry, I'll give you medicine, sure, can I give? You walk out by saying, sure, can get well. 2 days later you're up and running and say, oh, my doctor can't go. Actually, it's nothing to do with the doctor. Because if you look at medical testing that has been done, most of the time they give fake medicine and people will get cured by fake medicine. Because it's all in the mind. And it's so powerful. Which is why you must be very, very, very careful. Okay? Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, if you think illness, it will come to you. Because you're thinking about it. Whatever you give attention, energy, and focus will come. Now, today I'm only giving you a brief because I just need you to have an awareness. There's a lot of work to be done in order for you to achieve it. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, reprogramming is not so easy, but it's possible. It's a question of how much you need to do. I'll tell you how to do it afterwards. Financial situation. Do you know why a lot of people are broke? You know why a lot of people suffer financially? The reason is that people ask, how are you? They'll say, okay, ma. How are you? So, ma. How are you? Like that, ma. How are you? Tuko, maka. Hello. We have a lot of Muslim friends here. In Islam, it says, when you say 44 times, become dua, You know, so when people ask you, how are you? Broke. How are you? Broke. How are you? How are you? Broke. Of course, you'll be broke. But if the opposite, how are you fantastic? How are you wonderful? How are you excellent? Now, what that means is you're appreciating what the universe is giving you, right? So what will happen is your life cycle will change because you are appreciating. Religion says be grateful for what you have first before you can get more in life. And that's so relevant because what you say is so true. Bro, you bro. True enough. I've gone through that in Bangalore. When I was in Bangalore, I had a lot of money. I didn't have money. So I know exactly how it works. In fact, I used to work in Bangalore and I used to play so hard, lightning was strike my cross twice. You understand? Because that I thought lousy boss. Then I realized I attracted the lousy boss. Are you following? It's a question of how you reprogram yourself. Okay? Next one. Who are you married? This is a very important lesson for those who are not married. Listen very carefully. Okay, I want to ask those who, how many of you are married? Can I see your response? Okay. I just want to ask you how many of you are not married, very few put up their hand. Now I ask you how many of you are very, very few. Tell us what do you do? Honestly, because I ask you how many of you are not married, only a handful like that. Now I ask how many of you only a handful. I'm very concerned about this because Jeremy, Wawasan Open University attracts these kind of people. Now, those of you who are married, those of you who are married, how many of you are actually married to somebody now whom initially, when you first met, you didn't like him or not? Come on, be honest. First time you met this person, actually you didn't like this person. Anybody? Yes? Not really? Your husband, yeah, I need to tell. Anybody here? Or is there anybody here who today have a husband or wife who have attributes you didn't like when you wanted to get married? Like you didn't want him to, like you say, I hope I don't get married. A bald guy today is totally bald. I hope he doesn't smoke today, now he smokes. Do you have that? Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the part. How many of you here? Be honest, it's just an example so I can explain a little bit. you are married to somebody that actually you didn't like the first time you met the person? Come. I'm sure okay, you have Mr. Tawa. Okay, anybody else? Okay, now those of you who are not married, listen very carefully. Mr. Tawa, your wife name?
Florence.
Florence. What is it that you didn't like about Florence when you first met her?
I thought she'd be very pretty.
You met her, then you didn't like her.
Didn't like.
Okay.
Somehow we
But connected. That means when you say you thought that you first time you met itself, you didn't like her, you see, what actually happens is, this is a true story. I'm telling you today. I've done this question every. I recently came back from Vietnam. Even Vietnam people, they are saying, "Yo, Karthi, you should come before I got married, lah." So very simple. See, he met Florence. Okay, and he said, "Yeah, I thought it would be pretty, not pretty, no." So what happens is, then Mr. Tawa goes around. Then he goes to meet his friends. And say, these Florence are not pretty at all, you know. Yeah, the Florence, I tell you, not pretty. You know what? But every time you say Florence not pretty, Florence not pretty, what is the brain looking at? Florence. You understand, Anna? Whatever I give attention, energy, focus, I attract. So when he says, you know, Florence, it is Florence, the brain looks at Florence and says, oh my goodness, he likes Florence, he's thinking about her all the time. So what happens is, mula-mula benci, then rindu, then sayang, then kahwin. So those of you who are not married, please don't hate your boss. Kathleen! All of you, be careful who you hate. Honest truth, I remember doing a program in Maybank, and this lady suddenly brought up, oh, you, Mr. Karthi, very true, very true. I said, why? You know, Mr. Karthi, I used to don't like my branch manager, bank branch, because of my branch manager's name is Xiao. I really, really don't like Mr. Xiao, you know. I tell you, Mr. Karthi, but today I am Mrs. Xiao. Not only that, I got 2 little Xiaos. I tell you, it's amazing how true this is. I had a lady, asked for this. Okay? She's about 6'2", pretty tall. She said, Karthi, why you come into my life so late? I said, why? You know what? I used to always tell people, I don't like short people. I don't like short people. I don't like short people. I don't want to look down at short people. I don't like. My husband is 5'2". She is 6'2". No, my husband is 5'2". Married. Careful, huh? No, she's not. She's not. She has not my dog. No. Stewardess. No. Not this. I wanted the 7 of them to take care of it, not that meet them. In any case, like I said, very important for you to also say things like you're not married, right? If you say things like, when I get married, I make sure the guy doesn't smoke. No smoking. I will tell you, when you get married, that time they won't be smoking. Then you have 2 packets, 3 packets every day. You are attracting, you know. Are you following? You attract everything you say. Working environment, marriage, everything you say. So be very careful. That's why those of you who are not married, really got to be very careful. Huh? Okay? So which means I can also tell you how to attract the right group of people. This is a question of how you do it. Later I will tell you how that done. Another one is, for example, like sometimes some of you work, you say, you at the end of the day, about 4 o'clock, you say, I hope my boss doesn't call me. I hope my boss doesn't, and then 5 o'clock, my boss called me already. Because you already talked about the boss, so you attract the boss calling you at that point in time. Or, I hope he doesn't give me work. Some of you are students, isn't it? Students, you would say, I hope my lecturer won't give homework. I hope my lecturer won't give homework. Suddenly, your lecturer says, very good, now I got so much work for you to do. Say, I didn't want homework, they give you. When you give attention, energy, and focus, that's it. Are you following? Very careful. Okay, let's move on. 3 quotes I want to just share with you before I explain how the programming takes place. God is not helping anyone defeat anyone. The only one that can defeat yourself is, can ever defeat you is yourself. So understand something. It's not that you're born poor, it's not that you are born unlucky. No. Listen, I know this thing about astrology and numerology and whatever logic they have. What is important for you to understand is the brain is extremely powerful. When I started Law of Attraction, I was actually researching out because Indians believe in astrology, and astrology says you were born on this day, this time, the sun there, the moon there, they are aligned, not aligned, and whatever. Then I'm talking about the brain, you see. Then I came across a book. This is actually a Chinese literature book I read, and it just came into my life. I was thinking about it. One day somebody came to me and said, Mr. Kaki, I really like your talk, you should read this book. And I took the book and I read it. It's a Chinese book with English translation, and that book says that there was a guy who was born many years ago, and according to the astrology, he will die at the age of 19. This is true story. And he went to see the seafood, and said, according to my calculation, I will die at the age of 19, so I don't have the will to live. And the guy said, that's what has been mentioned when you were born, but you can change your fate by changing your thinking. And he lived until the age of 79. Are you following? So, yes, there's some elements of truth in astrology and whatever, but it's whether you believe in it and live it or not is a question. Or you can always say, it doesn't matter. I can use your brain, I can use my brain and create the life that I want. Again, I will show you how that works shortly. Yeah? Many people focus on unwanted things without realizing that all doesn't work. Like the air we breathe, attraction is available for each breath. So every time you breathe in, breathe out, your mind is already working. Your mind is already working. The question is, what are you thinking about? Okay? If you deliberately control your dominant thought and the content of your story, you will have a fairy tale lifestyle because it's a law of attraction. So you can create the lifestyle you want. At the age of 33, I decided I will retire at the age of 40. And exactly at the age of 40, I retired. Anything, my wife wanted a particular house, and we went and saw the house, and my wife, I had my budget for the house, and the budget was a bit higher. The price of the house was a bit higher. My wife said, I really like this house. And I said, well, I don't know whether I will be able to get this money or not, but never mind. We will see what you can do. Then my wife said, you Law of Attraction trainer. Sometimes wife know too much is so bad. She said, you like a Law of Attraction trainer. You use your power. So I said, okay. Then I did an affirmation. I said, okay, if the house is for me, it's for me. I like the house, universe, you decide. The house is for me, it's not for me. I went to Calcutta for the training program. Then I got a call from the developer of the project. Called up, and this guy called up and said, Mr. Kati, this is the OSK project. Called up and said, Mr. Kati, we want to ask you, do you know so-and-so who's the CEO of this OSK project? And I said, I can't remember. I said, well, actually, Gerard Khan, he attended your training program many years ago. And he liked whatever you talk. And what he said, we want people like you to live in the housing estate we have created. And then you mentioned your price will be too high. Our price will be high. I said, yeah, I don't think. You know what he said? No, we have decided to give you a staff price, and they brought down the price to 20%. So I actually got the house lower than the market. Not even a movie. I got it at lower than. So I need you to know it's very powerful, and I can give you example after example after example after example of how really Law of Attraction works. Okay? Yeah, easy. Right. I want you to do a favor for me now. I want you to write up 3 positive attributes for yourself and 3 negative attributes. 3 positive, 3 negative. Positive attributes about yourself, like I'm hardworking, I'm gentle, I'm kind, I'm happy, I'm cheerful, I'm friendly, whatever you think about yourself. Negative is I'm forgetful, I'm lazy, I'm careless, I'm lonely, I'm too shy, I'm this, that, whatever. Anything that you can think of as 3 things positive, 3 things negative. Can you do that very quickly? Do you have bigger papers or bigger? You want to write more? 3 positive and 3 negative, yeah? Yes. You want a pen or pencil? Do you have pencil? Later, just somewhere, you want writing, you want pencil. Do you have it? Yeah, that one is perfect. This possible. Anybody else need a pencil or pen? We need one. Anybody else needs pen or pencil? You okay? Okay, just write down 3 positive or 3 negative. Anything that comes to your mind, anything that comes, 3 positive and 3 negative. 3 Okay, for those of you who've written down, can you just shout out some words? Positive words? Just shout out. Positive. Caring. Shout out. Patient. Just shout out. Sorry? Loyal, okay. Hardworking, okay. Friendly, okay. Funny, okay. Punctual, okay. Anything else? Positive about yourself.
Determined.
Determined, okay. Someone? Sorry? Bold, okay. Independent, okay. One more. Easy to approach, okay. That's very good. Alright? Can I have some negatives? Stubborn. Okay, angry, lazy, moody, okay. What else?
Shouting.
Selfish, okay. Sorry? Ego, okay. Egoistic, okay. That means unforgiving, okay? Unforgiving. Revenge. Revengeful, jealous, okay. Forgetful, okay. Low service. One more. What is that? Know it all. I'm going to put that word, know it all. Well, I don't like to be listening because you think you know all. Okay, now. Okay, I want to ask you something before I explain how this works. You would have noticed something here. You would have noticed that somebody said they're very patient, somebody said they're hot-tempered. Right? Who is hot-tempered? Do you have hands, please? Okay. Who is a patient person? Do you have hands, please? Now, let me tell you something. It's all about how you program yourself. Okay? Somebody said they're forgetful. Who is a forgetful person? Do you have hands, please? Okay? Now, who is here who normally can remember where you park your car, where you do, you know, how many of you can remember? There you go. Can you see that? Now, this is about programming. Okay. When you buy a new laptop, alright, new brand new laptop, is the laptop filled with viruses? When you buy a new laptop, is there any viruses there? No. It's clean, right? Okay, then you start using the laptop. And after a while, you start having viruses, right? How does that happen? How does that happen? Downloading, okay, internet usage, new pen, different pen drive, different users, correct? Huh? Different people. So this is how a computer gets corrupted, okay? Similarly, we all have the most powerful computer in the world, which is our brain. And when we were born, it was pure, no viruses. Then you met parents. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, stupid. Okay. Then you met teachers. Huh, good for nothing, won't succeed in life. These are all known as viruses that has come and affected. So, when you say I'm forgetful, that's because you programmed yourself, I'm forgetful. If you say I'm impatient, you program yourself. I'll prove it to you. Yeah? Is there somebody here who's stupid in maths? I mean, basically, when it comes to maths, you think they're stupid. Just sitting again. Good, since you put up your hand up, who is clever in maths here? They're sitting together. Okay. You say you're stupid in maths, right? What's your name is? June. Okay, now it's November, but you still name your name. And your name, sir? Rajan. Rajan is clever in maths. I mean, you're good at that. Okay. Now let's divert a little bit. Okay. First of all, you must understand the way we program ourselves is when we use our brain. Okay. Now, my first question to all of you is: if this is the brain, how heavy is the brain? How many grams? How heavy is the brain? Just make me guess, all of you. No need to ask June, she's stupid, but the rest of you. Okay, how heavy is the brain? 100 grams. Okay, let me write down that. Somebody say 100, somebody say 500 grams. No? 1 kg, 2 kg, no? Now, by the way, the brain has nothing to do with the size. Okay, I mean, you can pick up and check. How heavy is the brain? Sir, how heavy is the brain? Take a guess. Yeah? Yes, sir, yes. How heavy is the brain? I don't know, because you will say, okay, try me. So I tried it. kg. Anybody here higher than that? So make a guess. I mean, come on. The reason why you're here because you don't know what. So this is answer lah. Anybody else? Google. Hey, can I Google? Last time, this is a recent joke I heard, which was so unique. This boy, last time, the boy was saying, what is God? And the father was saying, come, son, sit down. Let me explain God. Nowadays, the son said, what is God? Father said, why you ask me Google? Everything below Google. Okay, now, for your information, our brain is about 1.3 kg. It's the same for all of you. I know some of you cannot feel the weight of the thing, that's because you got a vacuum. But it's still there, it's about 1.3 kg. Okay? Now, this is why people like June, you know, they always float big, right? And Michael is 2 kg, right? Now, Michael put on the head, cannot go up. So, first thing you must remember, Rajan, right? Rajan or Raja? Rajan, brain is 2 kg, 1.5 kg, 1.3 kg, June's brain is 1.3 kg, yeah? Okay, next question. Percentage of usage. How much of the brain do you think we all use? 0.0001? Do you know? Do you have a camera at the back making good picture? No? Okay, anybody else? How many percent of the brain do you think we use? Yes? 10%. Someone make shut up. 5%. 3%. 1%. Sorry, percentage. 30%. Who said 30? Okay, anybody else? 5. Okay, somebody else? Just shout out, yeah? 7%. Anybody else? 4. Any other answers than that? Okay, Einstein is the most intelligent person ever lived on the face of Earth. After he died, they did a check on his brain. They found out when he died, he had throughout his life only used 5% of the brain. Which means, I'm proud to say, we have a lot of super geniuses today. He's a genius, right? 30% or 10%. Actually, all of us use only about 1 to 2%. Okay, because some people got 0.001. My average is 1 to 2%. 0.01% is your own perception. But actually, we all use 1 to 2%. Okay? Alright, next one. It's just like computer. You know, you buy a laptop, there are so many softwares there, but we don't use much, right? Only buy Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and then nothing much is your PowerPoint, right? Okay, next question. Our brain is got something called neurons. Can somebody take the girl to? It's very distant. Whoever is singing the song is if you don't mind, it is very distracting. Sorry. Neurons, okay. Neurons, our brain has got something like computers have got megabytes, right? Megabyte, gigabyte, whatever. Our brain has got neurons. That's why you go to hospital, you've got brain problem, they call it, go to the neurology one, the neuro one. Okay? How many neurons do you think we have? 1 megabyte is like taking a pen, or 1 neuron, taking a pen, or like 1 neuron. How many neurons do you think we have here? Take a guess. 1 billion, somebody say 1 billion. Anybody else? 1 trillion, or trillion, 1 million. Anybody else? Okay, in case you didn't know, it's about 120 billion neurons. Billion, Billion neurons. If you actually take the neurons, nerves, put it one after the other, it will stretch 6,000 kilometers. 6,000, that's how much of neurons are there. So next time people say, stupid! You say, hello, what do you mean stupid? I have 120 billion neurons. Okay, just don't know how to use it. Okay. Now, Rajan, stand up. Stand up, Rajan. June, stand up. Just listen carefully. See, June here, June, okay, June says she's stupid in maths. Rajan says, Rajan, that's clever in maths, okay? Now, what is the size of the brain for both of them? 1.3 kg. What is the percentage of usage? 1 to 2%. What is the neurons they have? Same. Then how come he's clever, she's stupid? Are you following? It's because June is programmed herself that I am stupid. Okay, let me show you how it's programmed. Sit down first. Okay? When June was in standard 2, okay? I mean, I'm assuming I'm June. Not somebody says, oh, you planted June there. I don't know. Okay, our brain works like this. Okay? Our brain has got 2 sectors. One is called conscious, This one is called subconscious. And in between you have something called choices. Okay? So conscious brain is awake. Conscious brain is awake when you are awake. Right? That means whenever you're awake, your conscious brain is awake. When you're sleeping, the conscious brain is asleep. But your subconscious brain is awake 24 hours. Which is why at night when you're sleeping, you dream. You know when you dream? That means your brain is still working. It's doing filing system now, at night. That's why you watch movie, insidious or a scary movie, you go back, you have nightmares. Because your brain is still processing it, So subconscious brain is awake 24 hours. Okay? So what happens is this. June was in standard 2. Standard 2, how do we test people for mathematics? How do we test for mathematics? We ask for timetable. So teacher asks June, and then we go about 6 times 2 how many? 6 times 2. So June never studies. It's 2. 62 teacher. Teacher says stupid. So it comes into the conscious brain, it goes to the choices. She says, am I stupid? Then teacher asks, Rajan can answer, everybody else can answer except for Jaslyn. Then it comes here. Then it goes under the subconscious brain and that's stupid. It goes there. But doctor, because we know. Teacher says, Joe, you better go and study. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you again. But June is in center 2. Center 2 go study. You're trying to go climb up the country, go sleep very. So next day she go back to school. Teacher said, Joe, 7 times 2 how many? 9 teacher. Teacher says, stupid, stand on the chair. Now stupid, don't come again. Stand on the chair. When you stand on the chair, what does the friends all say? Stupid, June stupid. Like all of you did it before, right? So it becomes a bit more concrete. Teacher says, I'm going to ask you tomorrow, you can answer, you will go to the better side. She goes back, this one is really studying. 1 times 2, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 9 times 2. Suddenly her father saw her and said, June, what are you doing in the room? She said, I'm practicing timetable. I said, come, I will ask you. What timetable? 2 timetable. Okay, I'll ask you. 2 times 9 how many? Because you study 9 times 2. Remember when we were young, we cannot tell the difference. 2 times 9 is 9 times table, right? 9 times 2 times table. So she don't know, suddenly she said, 2 times 9. 29, father. Father says, stupid. Now, who knows you very well in life? Correct. Father says, stupid. That's why red color is. That is from Let me tell you, those of you are parents, today listen very carefully. What most parents do is they do this most damaging thing. They say, why are you so stupid compared to your brothers and sisters? Why are you so stupid compared to our neighbors or cousins? What? And that is very, very, very damaging. And finally, the parents, her father, June's father said, June, I know why you're so stupid in maths. Because your mother's stupid. So June said, I am no wonder I got my mother's brain. From that day onwards, whenever June go for any kind of classes, people say, anybody stupid in maths? What do you hand because she's programmed with things. Are you following? I tell you, my friends, how many of you are forgetful? For the next 21 days, why 21 days? Neurons will take 21 days to form. Neurons will take 21 days to destroy. That's why it's 21 days, scientifically proven. For the next 21 days, you say, I will remember, I can remember, I will remember, I can remember, I will remember, you will remember a lot of things. So when people say, oh, you're getting older, now you cannot remember, all these are programming. All these are, when I went to do my master's in UK, I was 33 years old. I had next to me another lady who came to study. She was 83 years old, doing masters. That's why they are so alert, because they always think age is not a matter. But we program ourselves at an age, half the self-date to So this is a programming that is done. Same thing with people who get angry very fast and who are very patient. You see, someone gets angry very fast. You know, the first time you get angry, people say, oh, you get angry. Second time you get angry, people say, oh, you get angry, yeah. Third time you get angry, people say, wow, you get angry very fast. Huh? Then afterwards you say, hey, be careful, I get angry very fast. So then when something happens, automatically the brain says, get angry. Get angry. On the other hand, the person who says, I'm very patient, I'm a very cool person, I'm a very patient person, I'm very patient. When something happens, you wouldn't want to get angry, the brain says, hey, go down, you're a cool person, don't show your true color, go down. It's all about programming. Let's do an exercise. Can you see that? With your two fingers about 1 centimeter apart. Okay, like this. Okay, clasp it, and then with one about 1 centimeter apart. Can you see that? It mustn't be touching, about 1 centimeter apart. Okay, now I want you to all look at your two fingers. Look at it and just tell yourself, there's a tight rubber band pushing your fingers closer, closer. There's a tight rubber band pushing your fingers closer, closer. There's a tight rubber band pushing your fingers closer, closer. There's a tight rubber band pushing your fingers closer, closer, and closer. What happened to your two fingers? You know your two fingers start going together. You know, whatever you tell your brain, your brain will listen. I'm stupid. Of course I'm stupid. I'm forgetful. So if you drink coffee, see these are those. Were you one of them who said drink coffee last week, right? Were you one of them? Yeah, you're one of them, right? See what happened was this. One day he couldn't sleep. When he couldn't sleep, oh, I drank coffee. No wonder I couldn't sleep. So program ready, right? Another day you will be drinking coffee. Drinking coffee, I should not sleep. After a while, if I drink coffee, I cannot sleep. If I drink coffee, I cannot sleep. And automatically the brain will pick it up. Because you programmed it. So be careful how you program yourself. Very, very important. So you see how your fingers go closer? So your brain will always listen to your instructions. Let's do one more exercise. I mean, I can do so many exercises with you guys, but let's do one more. Can you see in your hands here, there's a line here? This is the lines here, right? And you can see both the hands are lines, right? They're over here. Can you see that? Right at the end of the palm, there's a line,